Hey, what's up, YouTube journaling community? It's Dante, and I know it has been a long time since my last video. Almost 11 months, I think. Maybe a little less. Doesn't matter. But anyways, it has been a long time. Well, I've been trying to do videos over the last few months. A couple of problems that I run into is, of course, I tend to try to do the most of my videos. At one point I was trying to shoot from 3 different angles and all this other stuff, and it was ridiculous. Like, I was like, you're just doing a video about journaling, why are you shooting from 3 different angles? Like, it was, yeah. So I had to like kind of get myself to, number 1, calm down. Number 2, I put things off. So I would shoot a video, I'd finally get it somewhat the way I wanted it, and then I would not edit it or upload it, or I'd watch it and I'd be like, this is garbage, and then I'd delete it. Then I'd have to start the process over, and after like the 4th time you've shot a video, you're just burnt out and done. I've been trying to be consistent with my the journal project. So one of the things I've been doing is I've been typing up a lot of my old journals still, even though I haven't been uploading videos. I have been updating my website every once in a while with a couple new posts here or there, just trying to stay with it. And one of the things I told myself at the last quarter of 2016 was, hey, if I'm able to stay consistent with doing the journal project of typing up my old journals, then I will get back into doing YouTube videos. If I can just, maintain it for a couple months and just kind of stick with it and don't just stop. I'm getting back in there. I actually, last week, I started typing up my Journal Dominus again. That's from sophomore year of 2000, around 2000, I think it was. And I'm getting back into there, and wow, it is interesting to see how my writing's changed and some of the fun little tidbits I'm coming across in there. I will be sharing those with you guys in another video. So another great thing about this is I'm not just using the journal for, my ambitions and the things that what I'm doing. I've also decided that I'm going to start taking my notes in my journal. So like when I want to do a YouTube video, for instance, rather than having like 9 scraps of paper on the side of my desk or stapling 4 things together, or, some raggedy notebook that I probably got it like handed out at a team meeting or something, I'm going to do it in my journal. I'm going to record the notes for my YouTube videos in my journal. I'm going to record my workout activity, my weight loss, my weight gain, all right here in my video. I mean, not in my video, in my journal. This it's not something I normally do. I mean, sometimes I put like, maybe a few notes, a few ideas in there, nothing really crazy, but recording them all in there will stop me from winding up with like 50 million pieces of paper scattered all across my room or on the bottom of barrels or things that I wind up just getting thrown away. And I'll have that record here in my journal because that's the one thing I always keep. And I always keep it, with me. I always keep those organized. So at any point I can be like, oh, what was that idea I had a few months back about a YouTube video that I wanted to do? And I could open my journal, flip back to it, and like, oh, okay, here it is right here, I mean, it probably wouldn't be that easy, especially once the book's like mostly full, but that's neither here nor there. So I'm very excited for the potential of where I'm going and the things that I'm trying to do. So let me go ahead and introduce you real quick to my new journal. Sorry about that. Alright, so my new journal is titled Lincoln Gardens, and as you've already seen, this is it. This journal I got at, I think, Barnes & Nobles in Woodinville. Really beautiful leather, really beautiful inside cover. If you've seen one journal, you've kind of seen them all, but not really. I cut off the corners right here because I was having problems putting it into the sleeve. As you can see right here, it bends up because it's very, I don't know. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and read you the introduction from this journal that I put into it. Now, with my older journals, as I've been going through all my past journals, I would start the journals off with a prayer in the cover. That was a very big thing I did because, as I told you, growing up, I was very religious, or at least tried to be very religious. I was never really good at it. This one, I went with I don't even know what you'd call it, if it's just like a poem or a introduction or just a statement, just something that kind of brings you into the journal and ties you in with what it is that I'm trying to achieve with this new journal for myself. So I call it LG Moment 1, and it's like just kind of like an introduction, I guess is what you'd call it. So I'll go ahead and read it to you now. I still remember the first night in the apartment. I was there in the living room with my mom and stepdad. We were all moved in. We went to get something to eat, fast food. The weather was cool. I had no idea all the people I was about to meet or how they would change my life. Some journeys would last even through this moment, however faintly connected by nothing more than a Facebook profile. Others destined to become memories of the joys that youth brings. This is Lincoln Gardens. And so that is my introduction to this journal. And I'm very excited because I've never really done this type of thing with a journal before. So this is very interesting for me to try something new with journaling. One of the things that I'm doing with this journal that makes it different than all the others is I've gone through, because the Lincoln Garden period of my life was like very vivid part of my childhood. I just remember a lot from it. It was like I was growing up, I was meeting new people. The apartments were great. There were so many kids when we were growing up in the Lincoln Gardens. You know, I could just, right now, just people just flying in, playing hide and go seek in these giant apartments. You know, you'd go and hide way in the back or on the laundromat or just craziness. I have all these memories from that time. It was like just one of the best times of my childhood, and I just remember that. And so what I've done in this journal, and I'll show you, for example, I've gone through and I've put, where is one of them? I know I've done one of them in here. All right, so in the journal, here's some of the things that I'm doing here. There's a page here where I've written out in red pen like some memories that I had. You know, just me and kids hanging out, high school, hanging out, playing. And I'm doing that throughout the journal, just putting these little memories in there, putting these little memories sprinkled out through the journal. You know, as I come to some of the pages I've already marked off. For example, I've marked off quite a few of them here. And as I come to these pages, as I'm typing up, when I get to one of the pages with the red pen, what I do is, like, for example, here's the last one in the journal. It's one of the best friends I had from that time as a kid. I just record some of those memories. I record special moments between me and that person, just the thoughts, just memories. And so I've got a few of them in here where I've already come across people's names, and then when it's time, I just go in and I just write down, you know, those memories down, get them onto paper, and it's just real fun, and it's a real great way to kind of solidify, reminding myself of that period of my life. And it's great. It's a great feeling. It really makes the writing more interesting in the journal. And before we wrap up here, one more thing that I'm doing with this journal is at the bottoms of some of the pages. Let's see here. At the bottom of some of the pages, I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm rambling. I was probably drunk. I don't know. At the bottom of the pages there, I have a little section where I've done this with one of my other journals, where I can just go back into the journal years later. As I'm reading, sometimes I'll just browse through the journal, you know, and just kind of reading, like, oh, this is interesting. And I have a space at the bottom, and then I can make notes later on in the years. And it's real funny because the other journal, and, you know, I'll do a video on that one. I have pages that are just filled with notes over the years, and I date the years that I go back and write my thoughts. And it's kind of a cool way to see how I felt about things over the course of years, you know, and I'll just see, what am I thinking? Maybe I thought I was stupid at the time. Maybe I came back a year later a little bit wiser and said, oh, well, this happened. So I'll show you that journal too soon. I think it was it this pane? No, that was the one before last. I don't remember. It doesn't matter right now. Anyways, I just wanted to kind of show you the new journal that will not be lasting long for the 2017 year, because I really do believe I'm going to have this filled up and completed before the end of the year, most likely by June or July, especially if I keep to journaling how I'm journaling. So that's going to wrap up this video. It has been long. I've got a lot of editing to do to get this up tonight, and thank you for watching. Alright, so what's new for 2017? In 3, 2, 1. Yeah, I can't do this. Why is this? This is stupid. Oh my god. In 3, 2, 1. So what's new for 2017?